What's up YouTube, Jay Travellini here, and today I got a big one for you. This is going to be a 9 GPU rig that I'm putting together. Now, I do still have to tighten this a little bit, but I did grab my regular screwdriver out of my office. Now, powering this, I will have my Delta 2400 watt power supply. Not only just that, but I have another breakout board. The one up here is from my Delta one, which will power the board, the SSD, and my fans, and this one will just power a few of the cards. And I have another 1100 watt Dell server power supply that will work with this breakout board. Now, these power supplies, if you look on eBay every once in a while, you can find a seller selling similar ones like this. I ended up purchasing this one for $9, and I purchased 6 of them at the same time. Now, the goods that are going onto this rig, I have a bunch of GPUs over here. This one is my 3090, but I also have 4 3070 Ti's, 2 3070s, the 3090, a 3080 Ti, and a 3080. Now, if you guys remember in my last video that the 3070 and 3080 Ti I tested, and they are non-LHR cards, which is awesome. Now, for this, it's going to take me a little while, so I got not only one, but I got 2 bushes with me. So I'm going to drink some beers, I'm going to get this rig going, and hopefully it all works out well. Now, the way I plan on running the power, I'm going to do all of it off camera for the most part. I plan on running extra cabling to the 3080, 3090, and 3080 Ti that are going to sit up top. And I plan on spacing them. So the bottom row is going to have 6 cards. It's going to have the 4 3070 Ti's and the 2 3070s. Now, this 1100 watt, I plan on running my 3090 and 2 3070s on it, and the rest of the rig I plan on running off my 2400 watt. Now, I may have to distribute it a little bit better, but we'll see as the rig comes along. I also have my SSD already flashed with HiveOS that will be running it. I don't plan on using the a USB stick, that's what it is. I don't plan on using a USB stick. I'm gonna run just the SSD on it, so hopefully it helps keep it a little more stable. Now, for risers that are in this bag, I do have a bunch of these. These are version 009, I think, S risers. They will be powered by 6-pin. I bought the 009S riser. I bought these on Amazon for about $41 for the whole per 6-pack, and I got 2 6-packs of them, so I got 12 risers. I'll need 9 of them for this rig, but I always like to have a few spare. Then, you know, they come with this like adapter. This is pretty much trash. I'm never going to use that, but this rig will look good because it's all going to be red also, so it's going to be like black and red. But this AAA wave frame I built in a previous video, but it's looking pretty good. Now, fan wise, these I got from China, and they are 3000 RPM fans. They're supposed to be pushing close to 150 CFM. So I'm gonna mount these in the back, 4 across the top, 4 across the bottom. They take roughly 6 watts per fan according to their spec sheet, and they should pump a lot of air across it, which my 3090, 3080, and 3080 Ti will need to keep that memory cool. I'm hoping I don't need to go changing thermal pads. But what I'm going to do now is pretty much get this set up. I'm going to do the whole build off camera just to speed things up a little bit and show you guys it finished. But I can't wait to get this thing built. It's been sitting on my desk. I've had these GPUs for probably close to 2 months now, and it's just been time to build it. I finally got enough for this rig, finally got the frame, so I'm going to go ahead and get this built and get this up and running and into HiveOS. Now, this currently is displaying my wire rack rig. I'll switch it over to this rig because this motherboard is already BIOS tweaked so that it'll boot upon gaining power, and also it's also tweaked that it'll use the onboard graphics. Now, this power supply I will have set up that it won't be ran off the motherboard, so I'll have to power this one on first to get power to some of the cards, and then power my 2400 watt, which will be powering my motherboard also. But let me go ahead and get this built, and I'll be back with the build, and then I'll get it in HiveOS and we'll get it running. I'll probably end up sitting it right here for the meantime to get it running and mining. Now, I will have a dual flight sheet on it, which I'll go over later, but let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and get it built. All right, so I got one GPU installed. Now the breakout board was on the wrong side, so I had to switch it. So it's kind of crooked, which I don't like on this, but to get this power supply working, I'm gonna have to deal with it this way. Now, as long as it's not too wobbly, which it doesn't feel like it is, it'll be okay. I don't have the other one installed yet because I just have the one card, and it's looking pretty good. Now, HiveOS did boot up. This is what I wanted to test, and it loaded the one GPU. So I did check that, and I also checked it on my phone, on my farm, and it is showing up there. So it looks like we're looking good. So now I have to get the rest of the cards now installed. Now, some people build this different. They'll do one card at a time. Some people just build the rig and pretty much just hope for the best, which is the method I'm going to use. I'm going to build this rig out and pretty much hope for the best. Now, I do have a lot of cabling to run. Cable management is not going to be perfect on this rig, but I'm hoping to get this rig up and running and functioning today with one card in there. Obviously, I don't have overclocks or a flight sheet set up on it yet. And this rig is going to be dual flight sheeted. My 3070 Ti's and 3080 Ti's are going to be my 138 Ti. It's going to be mining possibly Ravencoin. I might put it on Firo. I'm not sure yet. I really don't know. I'm leaning more towards Ravencoin and mining that. I know it's a more powerful of a draw as far as an algorithm. But then my 3070s, they're both LHR. Now, I didn't test the one, but it's a KR SKU, so it should be LHR. My 3090 is non-LHR. My 3080 is non-LHR, so they're all going to be mining Ethereum. So that should put me at a really good hash rate on Ethereum. But let me go ahead and get the rest of this rig built, and I'll show you guys it fully built out and powered on. All right, so this rig took a little bit longer than I thought to build, but it is together. So we got the beard. Like I said, I did test it with one card. Now I did boot it. Both our power supplies are plugged in. Now it's going to sit right here on my desk for now. So I'm going to kind of tilt it and put it there. I just got to clear the area out. Now the fans, I did have one DOA. This one was spinning and it sounded like there was a wire inside the fan and it was just chipping away at, but it turned out to just be a bad fan. I pulled it from the rig and put a new one on. So I did test this before this first boot up here, but let's boot it up and you can see it. I mean, it is ready to go now. I don't know if you can hear the fans all that well. Try and get it. They're not too crazy loud here. So I'm pretty happy about it, but I can definitely feel air pumping through, which is good because I need it to pump through over this 3090 and the 3080, and I can feel it just spinning away. The last thing I have left to do really is get some basic overclocks onto this and a flight sheet. I'm gonna dual flight sheet this, but just looking at the build, it is awesome looking. I mean, very, very happy with how this turned out. Obviously, using the same style cards is always a plus, but I'll give you guys a bit of a night shot of it here. I mean, it's just looking fantastic. So really happy with how this is built. So what I'm going to do now is move all this stuff, get it here, put some basic overclocking on it, and we'll get it mining. Now I'm going to use and this fan's actually spinning a little bit from the CFM from these fans, so that's pretty cool. So obviously they're doing what they're supposed to do. Now the object of having these powerful fans was not just to cool the car. I don't want to use a box fan on it, so hopefully that helps. Now let me get a flight sheet on this. I'm going to move it, get a flight sheet on this, get some basic overclocking. Now I did move another rig. I was at 2 amps on this bank. I wanted to free up 8 amps for it, but now I freed up close to 10. So hopefully this won't use up that much. But I know the 3090, 3080, and 3080 Ti are gonna be some power hungry cards. But let me go get some basic overclocks on this, and then we'll get it inside HiveOS. Well, it's already inside HiveOS, but we'll check HiveOS. I don't know. I might use Phoenix Miner. I don't know. Low Miner maybe. I might use the Low Miner for the 3090, 3080, and 2 3070s to mine Ethereum, and then Team Red Miner for the 3070 and 3070 Ti's. I don't know yet in the 3080 Ti. But let me get this flight sheet made. I gotta tell it which cars to use and which miner. It's gonna be dual flight sheeted, so let me do that, and then I'll show you guys it mining with on HiveOS. All right, I moved the screen so that you can see it. Now I don't have this thing tuned on. You can probably hear my server power supply streaming right now. So it's running, and I went in HiveOS and I just looked up some popular presets and I just put some overclocks in on it now. Ravencoin's a more power hungry mining algorithm, so my card's gonna run slightly hotter, but I have one running 70C, it's a 3070 Ti now. They were pretty close together, but you can feel air just coming out, especially up top. Now down bottom, it's a little harder because they're so close together and there's a lot just blocking it, a lot of wiring. So I may try and clean some of it up, but it is up and running. Now, I will go in later and fine tune this. I do have it mining on both algorithms here, and you can see this one is Gminer, which is mining my Ravencoin at 189 megahash a second right now. And this one is T-Rex miner mining Ethereum, which is at, I believe, 334 megahash a second currently. Now, I will fine tune this a little more, get a little bit more out. I do have 13070 that's reporting 193 watts. Obviously I can get that much lower. And then I have my other 3070 Ti's reporting, you know, ones that they're roughly 250 watts for the 3080 Ti and the 240-ish for the 3070 Ti's. Now, I don't know the best ever clocks yet for this. I haven't tweaked it at all. I just went in, did something just to get it up and running. It is a little bit louder now. I would love to get this its own grow tent, possibly like this, just to exhaust heat out, because this will be a very hot rig. But let's see, we're at 14 amps, so I got to pull this power down a little bit, or else this needs its own dedicated PDU side. But I should be able to pull some of this power down. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. But that's pretty much the end of this video. I'll do a follow-up once I get this all dialed in, and we'll see what I can achieve with this. So, you know, thanks for checking this video out. I hope you guys like this build. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you like this shirt I'm wearing, you know, pick it up in the merch store down below. Stay tuned for more.